Greetings, fellow adventurers. Timberwolf here, another Diablo 4 adventure. So, still working on my necromancer here, LOKII, who you saw in the last video I produced, and he's going along pretty well. I gotta say, this Bone Spirit build's really starting to come around, and so I've decided. So first of all, just to let you know where I'm at level 59. I'm in Nightmare Realm. You saw me jump in there yesterday, and that worked out fine. And I've got all the best sacred gear I can get my hands on right now, anyways. However, so in farming the events, the regular events out there in the field as usual, I did get my hands on this beautiful piece of work. Now, granted, yeah, this isn't an end game role. Obviously, it's not a it's only a sacred. It's not an ancestral. I know that, so I'm going to need a better one at some point. But this is really going to help me get to that point, right? This is a phenomenal powerhouse of a ring, right? What this basically does is, as you're out there killing stuff, it automatically hits the corpse explosion and corpse tendrils for you. Now, keep in mind, there is a downside to this, which I think kind of sucks, but I also understand it. It does make sense. You have to have those abilities in your quick bar in order for those to kick on. So at first I thought, well, now that it's going to be doing those automatically for me, I could just take those out and I could put other skills down there. Wrong. You do that and they won't kick. So you do need to have those skills available in your quick tab down there in the bottom left. So it has to be in there in order for those skills to work. But at least you don't have to worry about hitting them. So you can focus on other things. And now the raised skeleton, that's the only skill that's not going to work for me, because I've used the book to sacrifice my skeleton so I can get better resistances. But hey, that's just something to think about too. Bottom line though is this ring is a game changer. This is awesome. And then the other thing I just got my hands on too is the Deathless Visage. And this is awesome because this makes Bone Spear way more powerful. So because it gives it a kind of like a comet type streak behind it, a green streak, and it does another 839 damage, increased by 5% for every 30% of a critical strike damage bonus, which is fantastic. And that includes the bounce off. So as they ricochet back, you get those same things hitting them back. So this turns the Bone Spear into quite a weapon. Really awesome. Now that I'm my character now, if you remember, let's go to my skills real quick. Just to recap here. With my corpse explosion, what I did with that is, look at that thing, by the way. I've got something here that a piece of gear that it boosts it even more. So what I did is I switched it over. So I chose Blighted Corpse Explosion. So that turns it into a darkness skill. It basically you're casting blight instead of exploding corpses, right? And 498 shadow damage over 6 seconds. So I suddenly thought, so now I'm constantly doing that every second out there. Now, if you're going along thinking what I'm thinking, Xfal's Corroded Signet would match with that phenomenally, because now I'm constantly blasting everything with that shadow damage with the damage over time, the DOT. And Xfal's takes that and puts that into your attack right away. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, those two rings together, that would be freaking awesome. So I've decided to go here and say what's up to Varshan, since he's the one that drops the Xfal, and see if I can yank one out of him. Again, I know it's only going to be a sacred, but my point is these will help me in that interim from sacred to torment, right? So, and I can always farm another one, not a problem. So I'm just excited to try to get my hands on one of these. See, look at that. I don't even have to do anything. There they go. They're just firing off. Now, the only times this is not very effective, of course, is if you're in an area where you don't have corpses to blow up. And that's true in the case of a lot of bosses, including Varshan. So, but fortunately, my enhanced bone spear does give us some benefits, hopefully. Now that right there is, of course, Decrepify, Injure, and let's see, okay, sweet, let's go, those rebounds, look at that. Look at that, we're chowing on them. Everything stinks when he does those darkness smacks. Been a while since I've been able to defeat him, so this is good. Randy is still giving me a hard time, but having those creatures with me is basically helping me from not getting annihilated by him like it was with that other with my rogue. I'm kind of ready to dot rogue for rogue. Almost got it down to half already.
I'm low on essence.
I'm also considering actually using one of the new skills there, Juggernaut, which I've got a Juggernaut that I farmed out for a year. That'll boost my damage by about my armor by about 2,500. And the caveat is, of course, you have a 100% increase in your cooldown for the evade, but I really use the evade for this character. So that doesn't sound like a big sacrifice to me. It actually sounds good. Having that extra armor there, another 2,500 armor, I'd be at 10. So I'm really considering doing that. The only problem is, of course, is having to find a slot to put that in. Right now, I don't. So, Varshan, you cheap SOB. We didn't even drop a unique at all. Wow, what a loser. Well, I guess we'll have to refarm that. Have to run through again. Those blood orbs, though. Yeah, that was easiest battle I've had against him in a while. So this Necromancer's doing pretty good here. If you notice, that's a nice. You know why that's looking so good? Because it's on an amulet. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that great. But I'm going to extract that anyways because in this season that elemental damage thing is actually, I think it was last season too. It's something you can only get off of gear, so it's not something I can.
Hey, you don't be a stranger.
I can go and it's not one of the core skills or anything like that. One of the aspects. So let's see. Reset dungeons. Hop back in. Come on, man. Just give me an Xfal, and I'll leave you alone. It's really not that hard. I have a feeling with an Xfal, I'll be able to go ahead and jump on up to Torment. Probably could do that anyways, but... Let's make sure I've got a potion on too. I do. Okay. Doesn't really matter what kind, I just want that 5% XP boost. Actually, that darkness potion would have been great for him, but I don't have any. other thing, of course, I highly recommend, which I'll be doing in a little bit, is going back and doing some more vault farming. You want that Senegal leveled up. It's going to make everything else easier in the game. Man. Gotta get shark. There we go. Now the reason that wasn't killing me
I'm out of essence.
is because I got the high resistance in there, and I did that by sacrificing skeletons. By sacrificing the skeletons, you get a plus 20 in all your resistances, and then there's a way to boost that even further too, which I did. Help get me point over there. That's snappy. Goes done. Oh man, again? No uniques? This freaking guy. I'm telling you.
The forge is ready for whatever you need.
Let's give him one more shot here. I want to use up all of my resources on this endeavor. You know how this works, though. It's because I'm looking for it is why I'm not getting it. I'll tell you what, just give me another skull. We don't need rings. No more rings. We'll do with skulls. I've been seeing a lot of other gamers that the skill that you really want to build up is the Fireflies. That's the one that's really doing a number on bosses. So, drop the Scythe. Scythe? Huh. What would that be? don't think I've ever seen a scythe before. Well, I've seen them, but I've never seen a sacred, a unique scythe. What would you give me here, Numbskull? What the heck is it? Oh. Well, first of all, it looks pretty sucky. Huh. Bloodless Scream. Darkness skills chill enemies for up to 100% and deal 50% increased damage to frozen enemies. Well, that's not terrible. That actually would pair well with the ring, the sacrilegious ring, because the blighted corpse explosion is a darkness skill. So that means I could be chilling everybody. That would make that attack a lot more powerful. And 100% chance to generate 10 additional essence. That's pretty cool too. The only thing that really sucks about it the most is it's a two-handed. So I'd be losing 2 other legendary aspects just to have that power. Not really a great trade-off, honestly. At least not my opinion. I'll just scrap it. Sounded good, but...
That looks warm. I can fix it.
Alright, I lied. I'm going to try one more time with this guy. Because I'm already here and I'm stubborn.
I cannot do that here.
Of course you can. Oh, shoot. I forgot to reset the dungeon. Hang on. Okay. Got one more chance to give it up. Honestly, I definitely think I'm ready for Torment, even if I don't get the ring. Firefly, the other good skill for the Seneschal is Tempest, of course. This is a really powerful lightning attack. Right now I have focus flame attack instead. The other skills. Another sight. Oh, dude, you suck. The other 2 skills just aren't leveled up enough yet to make them useful. When you want to use Firefly, you want all 10 of them. You don't want just 2 or 3. That's not going to do much. Okay, well, that was very disappointing. Swelling curse. Yeah. Another freaking bloodless scream.
That looks warm. I can fix it.
Ugh. Now I'm gonna put these other summoning things away. I'll use them in Torment. We get time. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay. So the other thing is when it comes to leveling up, you know what? Let's try and get me up to 60 before I go and jump to Torment. I won't hang on to you that long, but let me show you a great way to level up. There's a couple of ways. We already talked about the Helltides. Helltides are freaking awesome this time. So that's one of them. The other is, well, there's Whispers. And right now there's Whispers all over the place out here. Obviously, you know, you want to do these Vault Whispers. Vault of Cinders. Got 5 Grim Favors for that. And so, you know what? You've seen me do the Copper Vault, right? Let's do the Cinders one. What the hell? Now, you can either do a regular vault to get that. How long does that thing last, by the way? 24 minutes? Oh, I can do this in 24 minutes. Not even. So let's do that. Let's go. Here's what we'll do. We'll go to here. I've got a bunch of these. Just got to pick the one that says Cinders. So that's a level 7. That's kind of wimpy. Let's see if we got a better one than that. Tier 10. 19. And look at, you know, what the, now look at this. It tells us right now, the thing that they added in the hotfix the other night was now you see what the monster level is. So monster level 73. So that knows, now you know what you're getting into. So what that means is they're going to be pretty challenging because I'm at 59. Of course, it also means they're going to be giving out some really good experience for this character. So then you got 66, but also, of course, look at the dungeon affixes and make sure that it's not something that's going to really give you a hard time, because some of these affixes are pretty horrific. So, you know what? This one looks pretty simple. Let's do tier 13. Let's do that. So click on it, accept, tab, hop right in. So these enemies are going to be 8 levels higher than me, which means they'll be a little tougher, but not anything I can't handle. Alright, I have run out of my potions, so let's knock back another one. Resource, more resource. Yeah, that sounds good. Whoa. They're easier than I thought. Expecting some kind of challenge here. I guess I should have gone with the other one, huh? Okay, well. Maybe we'll luck out in the vault and the butcher will show up. Or the son of Malthus. He's got so many sons. Up the fire. As we discussed before, these, you know, with all these vaults, it's the same idea. You got to fight through a gauntlet of creatures in order to get to the vault. Or you can just race right through here and skip all this. Obviously, as I mentioned, there's a lot of good reasons why you don't want to do that. First of all, because with every mech that you kill, you're going to get more of those crushed stones, which you really want because you use them for upgrading your Xfal gear. towards the X-Bait. So. Honestly, I haven't got a clue why people race to the end. Usually money on the table or something. But each their own. Play it your way. Loving that ring though. Just wish I had the other one with it. Alright. Now this wall, unlike some of the other ones I've done, this one doesn't require you to pick up a keystone and unlock the door. This one you just run to the end and you get into the final room and boom, there it is. So backtracking is really pointless here because it's really hard to tell when you're actually going to arrive at that final room. It's kind of hard to guess, and you don't want to show up there and not have any wards. So go ahead and grab them now. Now, since I've done this a couple of times, I kind of have an idea how many wards I'm going to need, you know, as far as like how many I can risk, you know, accidentally hitting traps and stuff. 10, I'd be pretty bold to try that. And the reason is because you need at least 6 to open up all the warding chests at the end. No, 5, sorry. You need 1 for the minor one, 4 for the bigger one. So you want to save at least 5. So 10 is kind of chancy. I mean, you could still possibly do it, but I would recommend at least 20. Okay? But I'm going to go with 30. Okay, so that gives me a big buffer there. I can easily get smacked by a couple of traps and not lose the warding goal. And at the end, when you open up the vault chest, I believe it gives you 4. So I'm still coming out on top anyway. So that works out. Damn, see? Got me already. Got me 28.
I'm out of essence.
And I used to avoid the Necromancer only because I always thought it was just a little too complicated running, you know, having to constantly hit all these different attacks, being handed this and that and everything. This ring takes away a lot of that trouble by auto hitting those skills for you. That's really awesome. This is so much easier character to play. You just focus on fighting, let this thing worry about, let this thing take care of the other stuff. Weakening your enemies and so forth, which is really what all these different curses are doing. Essence. Check that out if it boosts my essence, I'm all for it. Oh man, I wasn't even paying attention. That's what sucks. This is what I talked about, that's why I like clearing them first, but man, said, this particular vault, it's not easy to really do that. If you like, happen upon the room, you're like, oh, I'm here. That's another mob. Good place to level up too, for sure. Just as good as any other Nightmare Vault, except this one you get more stuff to upgrade your little Seneschal dude with. Oh crap! Damn! Down to 25 now.
Out of essence. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to be looking for a way to incorporate that other aspect there, that other ability there, the Juggernaut one. Somehow. Gotta be ready to do it next. I know how to do it. I just probably sacrifice my focus and start using the shield again. Like I said, I'd probably have to start doing it at some point anyway. But the problem with that is it means less damage. Okay, see, this is the last room. Notice how it just happened to jump, like, show up. There's really no warning. That's what I'm saying. You have to make sure you have your warnings ready before you, before you get here. And flat in the middle here. I have not had a chance to explore this room much. I don't know if there's like a safe place to hide from all this, but the only thing I know for a fact is this middle one right here is free of traps, but of course, the downside is that you're getting hammered by everybody, so. There we go. Okay, so this is the first chest, which this doesn't use any warding stones. In here, though, you need to have at least one spare for the miner, and then one spare for this one. So fortunately, we got 23, so use one, right? And now I can go ahead and use the other one. So we could have gotten away with just 20, right? But anyways, and then just pop the vault. Now let's look here real quick. Oh, okay. So it's only got 2 pearls in this vault, in this chest. Oh, I got my whispers there. So okay. So I guess that's good to know that they're not always 4. Sometimes if they're less. Oh, yeah. What was that? Where was that? Daunted. Was it Essence? There it is. I have dexterity, deal 4, increase critical strike damage. What does that have to do with Essence? Dumbass name. Whatever. Whew. Consider hanging on to that. $506, $552, okay. 04. That would be quite useless. Although that 12.5% damage for 4 seconds after picking up Blood Orb is kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, by the way, what I was talking about before, in case you're not familiar with using a Necromancer, Book of the Dead, okay? So this is where you choose either, you'll either choose what type of minions you're going to use, or you can sacrifice them for more power. So it's 3 types. The third type, the Golem, you have to do a special quest in order to unlock the Golem. Skeletal Warriors, you start off the game with having the basic skirmishers, and then as you level up, you'll have access to different types of ones here, and you'll see in the abilities that each one has different pluses and minuses. Like the skirmishers are more like just your typical thug fighters. The defenders are more they have more protection, offer more defense, and then the Reapers often can sacrifice themselves for damage. And then you could use what they call the sacrifice, which allows you to not have it basically you choose the final option. You only have 1 per group. So I went with this one here because 20% resistance to all elements. That to me was the most useful one out of all these other abilities. And so I'm not going to sneak, I'm not going to basically go through the whole list for you, but that's basically what you do there. So now, so I said I wanted to do the Juggernaut for the shield, right? Okay, hey, I hit 60 too. Cool. Awesome, level 60, yay. All right, so let's go to the shield here. Item, think. Select from inventory, Juggernauts. Oh, that's all. It's only 1555 armor more. Now, what's this one here? Disobedience. No, that's a hell of a lot of armor, though.
So that turns this into the Juggernaut's Dread Shield. Yeah, baby girl. Hi, Ella. Hi, baby. Little Ella Bella, the little kitty, has woken up. Okay, let's see. So I also want to put a gem in here. I am going to go with the ruby, which will give me more. Oh, damn. Upgraded gems, too. Oh, yes. There we go. All right, so then... that's pretty much it. So that's where we're going to stop it for now. And maybe in the next round, what I'll do is I'll show you guys some of the things that you can do out in the main map, and to gain more experience, and also to level up your Seneschal even more, other than the vaults. So hopefully you've gained some tips here. If not, hopefully you've been entertained, and appreciate you tuning in as always. Until the next adventure.